Hi everybody, it's Danielle. I am trying to get some things sorted here real quick before I start trying to find the video on my page so that I can watch to see if anybody makes any comments. There we go. All right, let me expand that. Perfect. All right. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. Thank you for tuning in, coming to my Facebook page and following my very first live that I'm doing for a tutorial outside of my opening weekend. Anyway, today what I'm doing is I am, as promised, going to do a tutorial on how to make these awesome little Hershey's Kiss treat holders. Now I found a similar one to this over on Pinterest, but it was designed more for Valentine's Day. So I decided to change it up, of course, for Halloween and add a little bit of bling to it, embellishment to it. Because this year, with Halloween being so wonky, and like our city here where I live in the DC metro area has canceled door-to-door trick-or-treating. So I have a lot of grandchildren around between here and in North Carolina. So I decided I was going to take trick-or-treating to them. So I'm doing a whole bunch of little projects like this full of treats so that they can have something fun to open up for Halloween, even though they can't go door to door. So I'm going to teach you, or show you, I'm going to show you how to make these awesome little treats right here, treat holders. And what I'm using, and here's my host code for those that are new to Stampin' Up! And what happens with all this. This is a host code. If you click on the link in my on my page here, it takes you to my personal Stampin' Up! Website. You can click to shop there, and if you use this code, then if you spend $50 with me or more, or excuse me, $35 or more, I will send you a little thank you gift. And if you spend more than $150, let me know. Do not use that code because you will be able to get Stampin' Rewards, so you'll get stamps and whatever you want, like stamp pads, the blends, pens, whatever, you want for free, depending on how much you spend. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. For those of you who are Stampin' Up! Demonstrators or no Stampin' Up!, I hope I'm explaining this right. Again, this is my first really big spiel. Now, the two stamp sets I'm going to be using today are out of the holiday or the mini catalog, and they're the Festive Corners and the Ghoulish Goodies. Now, the Festive Corners, I really like this because it is multi-holiday. You've got Halloween, Christmas, and even Valentine's Day in here. But today we're going to use this for Halloween, and we're going to use the spider stamp and the spider web stamp, these two. And then the Ghoulish Goodies, which I absolutely love this. This is like, I'm really liking this. I've got a lot of stuff I've worked on with this that I will be showing pictures and doing PDFs of. Out of this one, we are going to use the Stamp Good to the Last Bite. So those are the two stamp sets we are going to be using today. We are also going to use our DSP, which is Designer Series paper. I really scuffed that up on my grand opening video. Designer Series paper. And we're going to be using Magic in This Night. And we're also going to use the black glitter paper. So you can find these on our mini catalog on page 53. In fact, a lot of the items I'm using today are on this one particular page and in this suite. I'm not using the stamp set, but I am using the paper, the glitter paper. I'm using the iridescent pearls as well. Now, because I'm all about show and tell, I will show you this glitter paper. Is that not just beautiful? It's black glitter paper. Now, I've used glitter paper for years when it comes to scrapbooking, and especially in my planners. We use them for header covers. This paper is just so fun to use, and it just adds that little sparkle to these projects as well. So we're using that, and we are going to be using the Designer Series paper. Now, these are some of the papers that are in it in this set. Aren't they just, and they're double-sided. All of our Designer Series papers are double-sided. This one has the black roses. Isn't that beautiful? And then I love the purple spiders. And then you've got the checks on the back. And there is, oh, we already showed you that one. Here's the orange spider webs. Isn't that cool? And then this is the black, bats. And look, the bats have like these really intricate details in them. They're just so cool. And then this is the paper we're using today with the black spider webs on the back. I love this. Does this not just, this to me, for some reason, just, if it was purple, it would just scream Prince. I don't know why, it just does. I have friends that would concur. I have friends that would also disagree. But anyway, those are the papers that are in the designer series. Now, I went ahead and pre-cut the paper that we're using because I didn't want to take a whole lot of time on this video, because I know Saturday people have other things to do. But I took that one large piece that I showed you with the flowers, and this has all three of the colors that are in the designer series, in the paper kit, with the black spider webs on the back. And I cut this at 5 by 5.5, and I scored it along the 1.5, the 2.5, and the 4-inch. Now, what I did was I made sure that I burnished it really, really well here, because as you can see, it's really busy. So it's hard to see those score lines when you're working with it. But you're going to want the spider webs on the inside, or you can do it on the outside. It's up to you. But for this, I'm putting them on the inside, and you want the smaller side there as the flap over the front. And we'll show you that in a few minutes why. And then out of our Whisper White, we're also going to cut another piece, and this piece is going to be cut at 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and this is what we're going to stamp to put on the front of our flap like this. We're also going to use our die machine. If you don't have a die cut or an emboss machine, we do have one with Stampin' Up! Now, but for those of you who already have one, the little die cuts that Stampin' Up! Have are just awesome. We're using 2 out of the layered circle die set. And this is what the whole set looks like. You get so many, and you can use them for so many things. We are using these 2, and I don't know the measurements. I've looked and looked and looked, but to give you a reference, we're using the number 2 circle out of both of the scalloped edges. So the number 2 out of both of those is what we are using. Now the smaller one, we are going to punch out of white, the Whisper White. So that's what the small one is, the Whisper White. And then the large one, where's the large one? The large one we're cutting out of the black glitter paper. So, and like I said, I went ahead and expedited this so that I can make it sweet and simple. Well, sweet and fast, let's put it that way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull our stamps in. We're going to go ahead and stamp these up. Now, as you can see, I've already been stamping. Now I'm going to use the Memento Black, which we also carry with Stampin' Up! And go ahead and stamp our little salutation, greeting, whatever there. Now I like to be precise about my stamping and my crafting. So when I first ink up a stamp, I always stamp it off to the side to make sure that I've got the right pressure, the right coverage, what I did was right. So I do that first, and then I come in here. Now we're going to stamp this close over to the left side edge. And I'm sorry if I get in here. Uh-oh, I hope I did not. Oh, good, I didn't. Okay, so we're going to stamp it like that. And then I'm going to clean that with my chamois. And that is going to give us enough room to bring our little spider in on the side here. Now, these papers right here, I love these things. Oh, here, I'm blocking my number. I love these things. They, one side has inches and the other side has centimeters. Let me move this up some. which is really good when it comes to like measuring. So you can see, well, how much did I measure? That's 1 1/4. It's also great for like over stamping, under stamping, stamping off. These are great, and you get a huge pad. So, and I use these for more than just my Stampin' Up! Stuff. I've found that I'm using them with other of my crafts. So that is actually a really good deal there. Now I did, okay. I'm coming here. Now I want to keep the top part of his little web there off the page. So it looks like he, oh no. So it looks like he's dropping in, and I'm going to keep his body right between the D and the E. There we go. I accidentally bumped it, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. It may feel like it, but it's not. Now, once that, we're going to give that a few minutes to dry while we stamp everything else. Now we're going to come in here with our long strip and our web stamp. Now, we're only going to stamp this 3 times. And as you can see, we're going to stamp it 1 on the right side, 1 on the left, and then 1 on the top over to the left side. That'll give us enough room to put our little salutation there. Now, I'm going to come in here, and I want to get as much of the web on there as I can. So stamp it really good there. And then I'm going to flip it over so that it doesn't look like, well, I'm flipping it over because I'm flipping this over. Let's see. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp, hey Cynthia, I just saw you there. And then we're going to stamp this at the top here. There we go. I'm cleaning it off with my little chamois. Which this thing, I'm going to tell you, I used to use this Stampin' Scrub, but now I use this chamois. It looks horrible. But I'm going to tell you right now, it cleans. Look at that. It just cleans them right up. Takes all the ink off of them. Alright, so now we're done with stamping. Now we're done with all the messy. And we're going to come in here now and we're going to put our little tag together. Now I use this Stampin' Seal Plus. This is like super strength double-sided tape, and I've used a lot of double-sided tape in my days with doing my scrapbooking and my mini albums. This stuff is for real. This is really, really strong stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to run a couple of lines here and center this really good. My little thingy here. There we go. Now, before I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to use it again. But before I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to come in here with some of our Wink Stella. This stuff is so cool. It like gives a little glitter shine for those that are unfamiliar. I'm going to color our little spider buddy here to give him a little glitter glow, just like the paper behind him. Let me see if you can see that. Can you see him glitter? I don't know. I hope you can. He's so cute. And I'm finishing this before I put it on. It'll just be so much easier in the long run. So I'm going to take one of my little dots here, and I'm going to bling this. Everybody who knows me knows I bling all the things. So I'm going to put our little iridescent pearl there. Move this stuff out of the way. There you go. And I am going to adhere this now to the to our paper, but I'm not going to put this on. So I'm going to run across the top, and this is how I did it because yes, I messed it up on another one that I did. Looking at it straight, I'm going to flip it over and then run a strip of the double-sided tape along what will be the top, because I do not want to glue the bottom part because it's going to overhang this little lip here. So now I'm going to come in and center this like so. Making sure that I still have a little white layer hanging off of there because that's how we're going to adhere. We're going to close it there. Now comes the fun part. Oh, the candies. So I found these amazing candies. They are Hershey's Kiss, Vampire Hershey's Kiss with strawberry filling. Now I can't eat chocolate, but my boyfriend, he tells me that they are really, really good, and I trust him. And because he thinks that they're really, really good, I had to go out and buy another bag of Hershey's Kisses, but I couldn't find any more of these. So I got the dark chocolate, and they're purple, so they kind of blend. They fit. So we'll pretend they're all the same flavor. My grandchildren will not know the difference. Chocolate is chocolate. Now what we're going to do is take our mini dots and we're going to pull them off of here and add them to the bottom of our Kisses one at a time. This is so we don't tear the tinfoil, because that is some finicky tinfoil. Now you want to make sure that you have this folded up really good so that you can make sure, that you get it in that, okay, cooperate. So you can get it in that little space. Perfect. Now you want to glue it as close to the edge as possible. This, if you do it right like that and put them all side by side, you will get 6 in there. Now every time you add one, make sure that you can fold it so it closes. It is not good if it does not close. So I'm going to do this real quick with the others. There we go. Come on. Stick. Stick. Of course, it works perfect when I make all the other ones, but when I'm live, it wants to be finicky. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to add these little purple ones here to the middle. Let's see. Make sure it still goes up well. Yeah, having to get creative for Halloween this year. They've canceled door-to-door in my area, and people are not happy about it. So my city, I'm on the recreation committee, we are actually going to be doing bagged treats with little Oriental Trading Company crafts and dropping them off to the families who ask for them. So we're kind of doing a reversed Halloween, or as I'm calling it, Neowalla, which is Halloween backwards. If you look at it, if you spell Halloween backwards, it looks like it says Neowalla. So that's what we're doing here locally. And add the last one in there and make sure that it sticks. Now, if it doesn't stick, these Hershey's Kisses have like little dimples in the bottom. Sometimes they won't. So it's okay to double up the little glue dots here. My fingers are so uncooperative right now. Don't. Okay. So there we go. So now they're good in here. They're not going to come out. Perfect for the mail because these are going to North Carolina. So I just hope that my kids are not watching because it's supposed to be a whole big surprise. Now we're going to close this also with glue dots. So to make it easier for the kids, and I have to make 15 of these, so I didn't want to use all my ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to put one on each end like this. Because, you know, adults appreciate ribbons, but kids, they just look at them as just one more thing they have to tear through to get to the candy on the inside. So now we have those 3 little glue dots. We're going to come down and seal it just like that. Perfect. Now we are going to use dimensionals. I'm going to use 2 dimensionals here. And I'm going to put them on the bottom of our little sign here. I keep calling it a sign. This way, because the top is going to be sticking up. So we want to put it here so it sticks out and sticks up. And there we go. Our little Halloween Hershey's Kiss treat holder. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Here's what the other ones look like. I am putting together a blog page this week. I'm so excited. I will be posting that link up here probably in the next day or 2. And I will have a PDF on how to make these. So I hope you like these. Make sure that you tell your friends about my page. If you're interested in buying any of these products, remember to click my page here, my web link here, and use the hostess code. And if you spend more than $35, I will send you a special thank you gift. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Bye-bye.